welcome back. Well, today, something different. Suddenly realised we've got treasure trove of photographs dating back to pre-digital days, and I didn't feel like sitting there with a flatbed scanner going through each photo one by one, so I did a bit of research and discovered that this is the way to go. So I thought today what I will do is unpack it, we'll set it up and we'll give it a trial run, and I'll tell you what I think at the end. So here we go. Typical sort of setup guide that you get with these things. USB cable, power brick, and the power cable which connects to the power brick, and that's it. So it's not what I'd call a complex device. I think what I'll do, I might bring my laptop in, set a few things up, and then we'll come back to actually trialling it out. So I've plugged the machine in to a power source, got my laptop here, got the instructions, there's a CD if required. So that out, I'll put the cable over here, I'll turn it on, open the laptop. So I'm just going through the software setup at the moment. So basically what I had to do was go to the Epson site. There's actually on the front here, it just says Epson-SN, sorry, I'll start again, Epson.SN, and it takes you to the relevant page. You do a search for the model of the particular printer, and then just download the DMG file and run it, and that's what I've done. So install now. So we're downloading the required software. I'm really interested to see just how easy it is for someone to install this, considering the fact that there'll be people my age that will be probably interested in using something like this. So I'm hoping Epson have made it as simple as possible. So far, it's pretty straightforward, but we'll see. The file is downloaded. We're now installing scanner driver and software. Installation's finished. We're now on the connection. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is one of those areas that we have to plug in the USB cable to finish off the wireless connection. So we're going to do that now. Okay. Yes, allow. So I'm giving permission for this to access our router. Setup in progress, please wait. So remove the USB cable if you used it for the network connection setup. Okay, we have a big tick, so it will appear that's connected. Push the next button, check functions. What do we got here? So this is part of the setup, automatically enhance my pictures. Oh, I see, so these are choices you can set, which I assume you can change in settings at a later date. I'd give it a positive tick, but with one exception. And I think what was happening is that when we plugged the USB cable into the computer, the camera sensed that and thought that we wanted to do manual scanning and come up with a message. And it was doing it while I was in the middle of setting up the software. Got a bit confusing. To people who aren't technically aware, that could be a bit of a problem. So just be aware of that. Other than that, I'm fairly impressed with the way the software worked, because over the years I've had a number of different, hang on a sec, I've had a number of different devices, printers and different things, and they have been a horror to set up. So I think some thought has been put into this, and I'm happy with that. So let's see what happens. We'll try one picture straight out of the box. Ah, here we go. I read about this. So what we have here, so when you push the button to start scanning, a window pops up and it asks you, for instance, what year is this photograph? And in the little box, it gives you the option to click down and you can then scroll through dates, or sorry, scroll through years. So I'm going to choose, just for the hell of it, because I think it's about 1996 roughly. So 1996, month or season. I like this. This is excellent. So in essence, they're giving us the option to have spring, summer, fall or winter, or January right through to December, the months. So for the hell of it, I'll just put June subject. Again, you can either write in yourself, or you can, okay, here we go. That's it. So because we haven't used this before, there's nothing in there. So I'm just going to put in my daughter's name because it's a picture of my daughter, A-I-M-E-E. Okay, and I dare say that that'll be added to a database so that next time we bring this up, that will be stored and you can go down and select it. So again, nice feature. It means that as you start scanning photos and you're building up a database, you can then come back and choose from a list. Very good. Okay. Now it says here, create a subfolder for this batch of pictures. I love it. So in the default directory that's been set up, for this batch of pictures, it will create a subfolder. I love it. Yep, that's it. Start scanning. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some more pictures in there. So let's do about, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 pictures in total. And there we go, preparing to scan. Holy crap. Now I must admit, I just realised something. I haven't set the preferences in respect to the resolution. Okay, I'll come back to that. Now, a thing comes up, tells me that 6 photos have been scanned. Scan the next batch of photos if you want, and I can grab more out of this and put them in and just do it. I love this. Or done scanning. Done scanning for the moment. Processing the pictures, and there they are. Holy crap. Okay. That's the scanned picture, and that's the, oh wow. Okay. I have to say, so, settings. Okay, come over here. Organisation, enhancements, scan settings. This is what I should have done. So it scanned them at 300 dpi and JPEG as the format. So that's not bad. Out of the box, it's actually pre-configured for most applications. Most people wouldn't really want to scan more than 300 dpi. I mean, it gives us the ability to do 600 or even 1200. I might talk about that at a later date. The purpose of this video was to see how easy this was to set up and just get into it. And, well, what can I say? If I now go into pictures, there it is. It's created a directory called 1996 June Amy. And there are the pictures. 2 pictures. There's one. Wow. That is so impressive. Wow. Okay. This is a winner as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to do a bit more experimentation, then I'll come back later. Right, I'm back. So I've been playing around a bit with different configurations. I'm pretty impressed with this. So we'll give you a demonstration of the actual software, how it works. So we go down here and we open up, go along to Epson Smart Photo, and this panel opens up. And this is basically ready to start scanning. Before we do that, I want to show you a few things. So we go into settings, And I'm really impressed. This is well laid out. So the top button here is organisation, and this is where you set where you want the photos to be stored on your computer. So you can set the location. You can actually change the name of the directory. There are a few other bits and pieces here. Prompt me to describe each batch of photos before scanning, which I think is perfect, so that once you've finished one packet, you start a new batch and it prompts you to make whatever changes you want to make. So we've got enhancements, and this one is fairly self-explanatory. It shows you the original and the enhanced version. I would suggest, from playing around with this, that we leave all these buttons on. Auto enhance, remove red eye, restore faded colours. I think that that works well. So I think what's down below here is not really relevant. We'll just leave that. Scan settings. So this is where so on this one, standard photos, 300 dpi, 600 dpi or 1200 dpi. Look, my recommendation would be 300 for most of your scanning. That's the industry standard for photographs, and there's no real need to do that. Instant photos, virtually the same settings. Panoramic photos, I don't see any other. No, there's no. Oh, I see. That's interesting. So with panoramic, you've only got 300 and 600. Okay. Yeah. So instant. I don't know why they've done that, but they've given you the option to do standard and instant photos, which the old, the old Polaroid type photos. Doesn't matter. Nothing's changed. Your storage format, I would stick with JPEG, unless you really. If you look, okay, so this is how I would do it. If I had something really important, I would scan it, say 1200 dpi, and then choose a TIFF file, and that way I can bring it into a program like Photoshop or Luminar AI or Affinity Photo, any of these, and that will allow you then to do some fairly sophisticated processing. Otherwise, stick with JPEG, 300 dpi, you'll be set. Okay, it says here, what dark... Okay, scan the back of my photos with Epson single-step technology. So basically what that's all about, if you've got a little note on the back of the photograph, it will scan that as well and add it to the metadata on the photo. I mean, I love it. It's brilliant. Advanced settings. Auto rotation, which I've got on, and it worked. Because that test before, I had some of the pictures in upside down, it's automatically done it. Curl paper correction. When you get some old pictures, they've got a bit of a curl. This accounts for that when it actually does the scanning. Reduce lines and streaks. Upload. Automatically upload your scanned photos to either Dropbox or Google Drive. You've got to click it and set it up, obviously. Good feature. Pity that we haven't got OneDrive there. And another one I'd like to see is Wasabi, but so be it. Scanner settings. So in this you can go into the device and make settings about auto timeout and stuff like that. Again, I would leave it all alone. Select applications. So you can actually select default applications to scan from the scanner. Again, I'm not even going to get into that. I wanted to keep this as simple as possible for someone who is my age who just wants to scan photographs. So under the scanner settings, just leave it as default. Other settings, send the information to Epson. Look, I'm a great believer in that's on, and I believe that it's a wise thing, because it enables these companies to monitor problems that occur and then fix them up in code. So that, in essence, what I'm saying is that the software, if there's a glitch in the software, and you're sending the reports back to them, when they're creating updated versions of the software, they can then take into account these problems and fix them. So I think it's a good idea. So basically, settings, we finish. That's it. That's it. There's not much else to do. This is on. So we'll put some photos in. So here we go. What have we got here? These are some pictures of my daughter. Yep. And some other pictures. I think these are pictures when we were in Tasmania back in the 90s. So we'll put them in there. Like that. We'll push the scan button. So, yeah, well, again, I'm going to take a punt here because I can't remember. For the sake of the exercise, it'll be around 1998, I think, if I remember correctly. Month, if I remember correctly, it was winter, so we'll put winter. Although if I wanted to, I could put the actual date, but we'll call it winter for the moment. Subject, Tasmania trip. Create subfolder. It's ready to go. Start scanning. Sit back and we watch it happen. Right, so at this point, it's been processing the pictures. It now comes up. We can now grab another packet, if we had them, and we could start a next batch. But in this instance, I want to... So what I mean by that, let's be clear. Let's say, for instance, we had, I don't know, 2 or 3 packets of photographs taken on that trip. Then that's one batch. And we'll take another batch and they'll be added to that particular directory. Or you've got the option of done scanning, and in this case I have. Processing and saving photos, please wait. And there they are. So as they say, unprocessed, processed. Pretty impressive. So I'm now going to close that and I'm going to go into Pictures, Fast Photo. There is the directory made up from the information we put in, the settings before. And here are the photos. And as I said, so let's have a look at the process one. Yeah, I'm really impressed. Look at that. So look, what can I say? I think so far on first testing, I think this does the job it was designed to do really well. It was reasonably easy to set up. It was very easy to do the first scans, and the menu system and the software is all very straightforward. I think most people can handle it. So, yeah, I give it a thumbs up and I recommend it. I might do future videos on this once I do some more testing. So, thank you.